What if I told you that the biggest successes don't come from talent, luck, or intelligence? They come from something much simpler, but most people ignore it. This is the story of a boy who discovered the secret to success in the most unexpected way. Adam had always dreamed of being the fastest runner in his school, but no matter how hard he tried, he always finished last. Every race felt like proof that he wasn't good enough. Frustrated and ready to give up, he believed that maybe some people were just born winners, and he wasn't one of them. But one day, his grandfather gave him a strange challenge. A challenge so small, so simple, that it seemed meaningless. Yet, what happened next changed Adam's life forever. He discovered a secret that most people ignore, the real key to success. And once he understood it, nothing was ever the same again. Once upon a time, Adam lived in a small village surrounded by vast green fields and rolling hills. Every morning, he would watch the older boys train for the school's annual race. They ran fast, their feet kicking up dust as they moved across the track with ease. Adam admired them. He dreamed of one day standing on that track, winning a race, and hearing the cheers of his friends. But no matter how much he tried, running never felt easy for him. Every time he competed, he found himself at the back of the group, struggling to keep up. His legs felt heavy, his breathing turned shallow, and the distance between him and the other runners only grew larger. It wasn't that he didn't try. He practiced every day, but the results remained the same. The more he lost, the more his confidence faded. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Adam sat outside his house, staring at the dirt path in front of him. His grandfather, a wise man who had spent most of his life working in the fields, noticed his troubled expression and sat beside him. He had seen that look before, the look of a boy who wanted to give up. Adam told his grandfather everything, his failures, his frustrations, and his growing belief that maybe he wasn't meant to be a runner. The next morning, his grandfather woke him up earlier than usual. The sky was still painted in soft shades of orange, the village silent except for the distant sound of birds. Adam rubbed his sleepy eyes as his grandfather handed him an old pair of running shoes. They were worn out but sturdy. His grandfather told him to follow. They walked through the village, past the fields, and onto a narrow dirt path leading to a hill that Adam had never climbed before. It wasn't particularly steep, but it stretched far enough to seem endless. Adam assumed they would begin running drills or practice sprints, but instead, his grandfather told him something unexpected. Today, he would only take 10 steps up the hill. Just 10. Adam hesitated. 10 steps seemed pointless. What difference could such a small effort make? But his grandfather's eyes were filled with certainty, so Adam obeyed. He planted his feet firmly on the ground, counted in his head, and took 10 slow, steady steps. The next morning, they returned. This time, his grandfather told him to take 11 steps. Again, it seemed like an insignificant change, but Adam did as he was told. Every day, they repeated the same routine, adding just one more step than the day before. At first, Adam didn't think much of it. The first few days were easy. He barely broke a sweat, and the idea of only doing a little each day almost felt like a joke. But as the days passed, something began to change. The extra steps started feeling harder. His legs burned slightly, and his breathing grew heavier. Some mornings, he woke up sore, questioning why he was even doing this. Yet, he never missed a day. Each time he thought about stopping, his grandfather reminded him that he only had to take one more step than yesterday. Not 100. Not 50. Just one. So Adam pushed forward, step by step, day after day. Weeks turned into a month, and soon, Adam had climbed further than he ever imagined. The once distant peak of the hill was now within reach. The path that once seemed endless had become familiar. One morning, without even realizing it, Adam reached the top. He stood there, breathless, looking down at the long trail he had conquered. It was the first time he had ever felt truly strong. But his grandfather wasn't done teaching him yet. Instead of resting, he handed Adam a stopwatch and told him to run down the hill. Without hesitation, Adam sprinted down. His feet moved quickly, his balance felt firm, and as he reached the bottom, his grandfather showed him the time. Adam had run faster than he ever had before. That afternoon, something clicked in his mind. The small steps that once felt useless had built his strength. The simple act of taking one extra step each day had turned into something greater. He had climbed an entire hill without realizing it. His breathing had improved, his legs had grown stronger, and for the first time in his life, running didn't feel impossible anymore. Encouraged by this realization, Adam took the same lesson and applied it to his training. Instead of focusing on running the fastest, he started focusing on running a little better than the day before. If he could last 5 minutes without stopping today, he would aim for 6 minutes tomorrow. If he could complete 1 lap around the field today, he would do 1.5 tomorrow. His progress was slow, almost invisible at first. But just like climbing the hill, the small efforts added up. The boy who once finished last in every race was now moving closer to the front. He didn't need to be the fastest overnight, he only needed to be better than yesterday. Months later, the school's annual race arrived. The entire village gathered to watch as the students prepared at the starting line. Adam stood among them, his heart pounding in his chest. He wasn't sure if he would win, but for the first time, he wasn't afraid of losing either. The whistle blew, and the runners took off. At first, Adam stayed in the middle of the group. He didn't rush, he didn't panic. He just focused on one step at a time. As the race continued, something incredible happened. The boy who once struggled to keep up was now overtaking one runner after another. His breathing remained steady, his legs felt strong, and before he knew it, he was near the front. He crossed the finish line, not in first place, but not in last either. It was the fastest he had ever run in his life. The cheers from the crowd filled his ears, but what mattered most was the feeling in his heart. The feeling of knowing he had grown, step by step. That evening, as he sat outside watching the sunset, his grandfather sat beside him once more. This time, Adam didn't look discouraged. He looked proud. He realized that success wasn't about being naturally gifted. It wasn't about luck or shortcuts. It was about persistence, patience, and the power of small, consistent efforts. From that day forward, Adam carried that lesson with him. Whether in school, sports, or any challenge life threw at him, he knew that no mountain was too high, no goal was too far, as long as he kept taking one more step each day. Adam learned that success is not about instant results or natural talent. It is about small, consistent efforts every day. By taking just one extra step daily, he became stronger, faster, and more confident. The same principle applies to everything in life, whether it is learning, sports, or personal goals. Great achievements come from small steps, repeated consistently over time. If you feel stuck in life, if you think your goals are too far away, remember Adam's story. You don't have to be the best today. You just have to be better than yesterday. Start small. Take one step. And if this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's remind each other, success is in the small steps. Strong.